Queen is a Bollywood film released in 2013. The story begins in a middle class traditional family. The main focus is about a 24-year-old girl by the name Rani who resides in Delhi, India, who is about to be married. All family members are thrilled and excited as the celebrations of Rani's wedding have begun. But things take a turn when Rani's fiancé invites her out to a coffee shop a day before the wedding. Her fiancé by the name Vijay calls off the wedding due to their cultural differences, as he explains he's been educated abroad and his views and habits are different than hers, and she would not be a good match for him. Rani receives the biggest shock of her life. After being sad and depressed and locking herself in her room, she decides to go on her honeymoon herself, after getting the permission from her parents. While visiting Paris and Amsterdam, her experiences outside her comfort zone and the interaction with various people she encounters changes Rani's life completely as she becomes independent in control of her own decisions.
The movie displays many stereotypes and misleads people about Indian women. The movie portrays that Indian girls are jobless. They are very dependent on the male figures in their lives to take care of them. They are shy, quiet, and innocent. In reality, Indian women work full-time shifts, take care of their homes. They are knowledgeable and educated. In the movie, Rani is shown to be very innocent, naive, and a conservative girl that hasn't been exposed to the Western culture such as alcohol, drugs, having children before marriage, partying, and Western dressing style. They show Rani to be weak and dependent on the men in her life. For example, she depends on her brother to take her places, and after marriage she would depend on her husband to take care of her. But in today's world, women in India are quite independent. They work and take care of themselves rather than depending on their husbands to provide food and shelter for them and their kids. Rani's character portrays Indian women as uneducated and unexposed to the Western culture.
As a group, we have come up with a few solutions to the problems we identified in the movie Queen. We feel that media in general should focus more on the positive aspects of the Indian culture instead of focusing on the negative. For example, a recent event which spurred negative attention worldwide was a gang raping that happened on a public bus in Delhi, India a few months ago. This event brought a lot of negative attention and negative stereotypes toward Indians. Media has such an impact on our daily lives in today's world. We believe that media can be used to bring out the positive aspects of various cultures. Trending media, such as memes, vines, and tweets, can easily spread positivity of different cultures within seconds. To break some of the stereotypes that were displayed in the movie Queen, as well as many other Bollywood movies, we believe that media should expose individuals to both the negative and positive aspects of specific cultures to give a better understanding of what people in those specific cultures are actually like. This can be achieved through different sources of media such as documentaries, books, movies, or news reports. Overall, it is impossible to eliminate stereotypes from our society. However, we should do as much educating and informing as we can to reduce them.
In the past, marriages between a boy and a girl were decided by the parents and the elders of the two families. A boy and a girl were forbidden to have love marriages. However, the Indian culture has changed a lot since then. While arranged marriages still exist, they have mutated. Indian culture today allows young men and women to have more freedom of choice. Now, many youths pick who they will marry, and most certainly have a chance to meet their future life partner. Also, in the past, families got their children married at a much younger age than they do now. Bollywood films were pretty conservative in regards to the amount of skin they would reveal and the body language that dance scenes displayed. However, in the past decade, the dancing in Bollywood films has become much more provocative and the clothing has become much racier than in films of the past. The outfits look more westernized. Bollywood movies today show much more physical affection between the hero and heroine than they did in the past. Many people in India did not agree with the public display of affection. They believed sexual expression and display of affection should be kept behind closed doors. However, that slowly changed. Bollywood music and dances have changed. Decades ago, heroes and heroines would barely dance in movies. The movies would contain semi-classical music with scenes where the actors would be walking around a tree. Today, movies contain hip-hop music, romantic melodies, and other rhythmic music. Heroes and heroines today perform. The Indian culture has evolved a lot from the past to now. These cultural changes are apparent in Indian films. Western culture has changed the way Indians dress, speak, and live their lives. They have given a rise to single families. In the past, women would not be caught wearing jeans and t-shirts in public. They would be wearing their traditional attire. However, today, girls wear skirts, dresses, and other Western clothing in public. Citizens of India in certain cities speak more English than they speak their local language. Also in the past, separation of families such as divorces weren't as common as they are today. Indian marriages are quickly breaking. Women are more independent and aren't afraid to live on their own. The Western culture is being brought into India due to many young women and men being sent to United States or other countries to study and acquire jobs. While away from India, they experience new rites of passage, independence, and accepting new cultural ideas. Plus, the internet has allowed people from different countries and cultural backgrounds to connect with one another and to keep up on global events. It's nearly impossible for anyone to be kept in the dark about other cultures or what's going on in the world, given current technologies.